sisters. Advent recollection. Nagkamita po ako ng costume. I said already the 5:30 p.m. Mass. I'll give you, this will take only around 30 minutes. I will not take much of your time. But hopefully this can help us prepare ourselves for Christmas. Advent is a great season in the church where we prepare ourselves for the birth of the Lord. But nevertheless, it is also as equally important as the season of Christmas. And we will know why after this reflection. I got the title of my talk from a grade 3 pupil whom I prepared for First Communion. Wait and watch. So after the Mass, of course, usually priest after the Mass is courteous hurriedly and in order to get off the place. No? That's what I do all the time. People have to catch me every time I am finished with an appointment because I have to rush to another appointment. Anyway, this grade 3 student, after my talk with them, she came and she was very insistent that I should talk to her. And they said, what do you want, Iha? Because Father is in early, I have another appointment. What is it you want? Wait, Father, she told me. Wait. Watch me, I can make a star already out of the rubber band. I don't know, I'm not quite for that. So she was telling me, wait, don't get up yet. No? I need you to watch me. Watch me. I can make a star out of the rubber band. Patiently, I had to watch her, perform her magic tricks with the rubber band, and she couldn't seem to get it. But finally, after around 10 minutes, she was able to get the star. She was very happy. She was telling me, Father, look at my star. And I said, okay, so what's that? But of course, I appreciated her effort. And I said, wow, a very nice star. You're a very good magician. So see, now you go. Wait and watch. As I reflected on this, I said, maybe this is a good title for a talk on Advent. Because we always hurry things and we always want to go to our appointments. And we always want to seem to do things done quickly as possible. We don't want to give time. We don't want to spend much time in something. We want to get it done with and get it done and over with. And we go on to our next appointment. That's what we do in our life today. One appointment after another, and then we end up what? We end up exhausted, and a lot of times we are also deprived of the joy and the serenity of having enjoyed what we were supposed to do. So wait and watch. I think this is what Advent is all about. We wait for things to unfold, and we watch intently and attentively on the things that will happen. And this is what we will try to reflect on tonight. Wait and watch. Just wait and watch me do it. In a way, this is also what the Lord will tell you tonight. Just wait and watch me perform my miracles in your life, and watch me do something with your life. Wait and watch. There is this 7th century poet named John Donne, and he told a story about some people who were waiting and searching for God. They were very serious about this. They wanted to search for God. And these people heard that God dwelt on a high mountain, that God will only reach only after a long journey and arduous climb. So these seekers, they wanted to find out who God is and where God lives, and yet it is told to them that they can see God in a mountain, but it's a rather difficult journey. The group, however, was determined to find God, and so they set out for the mountain, no matter how difficult it is. Finally, after a journey of many years, it took them many years to go up the mountain, they came to the foot of God's mountain and began the ascent. At about the same time, these seekers started their climb. God, at the top of the mountain, was thinking, he said to himself, what can I do to show my people how much I love them and that I'm always with them in their very needs? While they were seeking God, God also was thinking about it. What can I do to show myself to the people and reveal my love to them? After a while, God said, I know what to do. I shall descend this mountain and become one of them. I shall live among the people of my heart, and I shall be God with them. So this is the decision of the Lord, to get out of to get down from the mountain and live with the people. With that, God came down from the mountain. When the seekers at last reached the summit, God was not to be found. And the seekers said, God doesn't live here after all. And if God does not live here, then where? John 1 seekers were very much like us. They are very much like us. We look for God, but we can, seem to find Him. And this is the situation of the first Advent. People, couldn't find God. They were trying to see God in the teachings of the Pharisees, but they couldn't find God in them. They were looking for God in the temple, but the temple was only for the high priest. The lowly, ordinary people, they could not get in. Only the Holy of Holies was reserved for the priest. And therefore, the ordinary people couldn't find God. So during the time of Jesus, they were all looking for God. Also perhaps in our time, this is the same case. Very same situation. Every one of us, we are looking for God, and we can seek to find Him. But the world today is not alive and present in the world. Apparently, He is absent. There is so much absence. And this absence is felt, deeply felt by many of us. We are seeking for God, we are looking for God, but we can seek to find Him. This is the context of Advent. A people in darkness looking for some guidance, looking for some light. That is why when John the Baptist preached about the message of repentance, they all flocked to him. They thought that John was the Messiah. But John, very humbly, told them, no, I'm not the Messiah. You have to look for someone else. People hungry for God, people hungry for love, and people hungry for healing. This is what we have in our gospel today. So people looking for someone to satiate their thirst for meaning, their thirst for healing, their search for the ultimate, for God. So what do we do then? What do we do while we are seeking for God? What do we do in order to find God? We keep watch and we wait. This is the best thing to do if you want to find someone. If you want to find God, just keep watch and wait. Wait and watch. Watch and wait. Why? I got this idea from, not just from the little girl, I got this also from this idea also from our tour guide when we were in the Holy Land. The tour guide told us in the beginning of the pilgrimage, in order not to get lost in the crowd here in the Holy Land, in order for you to be found, if ever you are lost, just stay where you are. Don't come looking for me, because all the more you look for me, all the more you get lost. In order for you to be found, if ever you get lost, stay put, and surely, because I know this place, I know where to find you. But if I come looking for you, and you come looking for me, we will not find each other. So better, if you get lost, stay put, stay calm, I will certainly find you. This is what Advent is. This is what it means to watch and to wait. Why do we need to stay put? Why do we need to wait and to be watchful? Because God will find us. We seek God. The irony of it all, in our seeking, it is God who is seeking us first of all. So if you want to find God, if you want to discover God in your life today, just stop the restlessness. Stop hopping from one place to another. Stop shopping from one religion to another. Stop your restlessness. Simple. Very much like if you want for the water in your glass to be clear, just hold it, stay still, and the water shall be clear. But if you continue to juggle it, if you continue to move it, the water will never clear itself. If you want to find out the clarity of God's presence in your life, very much like a water in a glass, this water should stay still, and then it becomes clear, and then you discover God. A restless heart, a heart that always moves from one place to another, a heart that is inattentive, a heart that is always distracted, a heart that is consumed by other things, can never find God. You want to find God? You want to feel God? You want to discover God alive in your heart? Stay put. Wait. And watch. Because God comes to you. He has come down from the top of the mountain in order to get to you. Wait. Be patient. God shall come. Benedict XVI, in his Advent message, he says, in waiting, Atessa, in waiting, because it involves a profoundly human reality, the faith becomes completely one with our flesh and our heart. So Benedict says, waiting, the activity of waiting is the convergence, point of convergence between faith and human life. This is the point of convergence between the divine initiative and the human response in waiting. When we wait, this very human activity shall be filled with God's presence. And he elaborates. Sabi ni Benedict XVI, our whole personal, familial, and social existence passes through this dimension of waiting. Every aspect of our life, there is a dimension of waiting. Personal life, you are waiting for a friend. You have a meeting tonight, so you wait for her. And while you are waiting for her, come, join the recollection. And when she comes, okay, you go, take your pizza then. So you wait. In your personal life, you're waiting for someone to come, and you wait because the person is important. In our family life, for example, you're waiting for your husband to come back. He's from Korea, working in Korea. Now, he needs to go back home, and you're waiting for him in the airport. In the family, there is so much waiting. You're waiting for your son or your daughter to arrive from the school. School ends at around 5 o'clock, and your daughter is not yet home, 1 a.m. So you wait patiently. In the social setting, we wait. Pinoy naman, kailan ba talagang magagawa tayo ng mga pangako mo? So we wait. In the social level, we wait for our president to make his move. 5 months na Pinoy. Ano ba? Naiinit na kami. But we cannot make a revolution. We wait. In the personal level, in the family level, in the social level, we are all forced to wait. You are forced to wait whenever you are falling in line for your fast food. You are forced to wait in the bank. You are forced to wait in going to your ride. You are forced to wait anywhere and everywhere. There is always waiting. A priest is late, so you wait. A teacher is late, so you wait. A friend is late, so you wait. You wait for someone to come. That is very much human. So waiting is something that is present in 1,000 situations, from the smallest and most banal to the most important, which draw us in completely and in the deepest way. Now my words, Benedict. It draws us in completely and it affects us in the deepest way. Why? Because when we wait, we acknowledge our own weakness and vulnerability. We cannot do anything about it. We are not in control. Whenever we wait, we are not the master of the situation. We can only wait. And we acknowledge that in waiting, we know that we are not in control, we are not in charge. And it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating that you are waiting for the result for the bar exams, and you can't seem to move. It is so frustrating that you have been waiting for passing the board exam or nursing exam, and you can't seem to pass it. You've been trying 3 times already, you have tried your very best, and you still fail. So when will you get your success? When will you achieve success? So we are only, for how long will you wait for the right time to come? Tagal ko naghihintay, 40 years na ako naghihintay, wala pa din, So, for how long shall I wait? It draws us in a very deep way. It affects us in a deep way. Because waiting is very much part of our human life. Benedict says, one could say that man is alive so long as he waits, so long as hope is alive in his heart. Sabi ng Holy Father, there is sense pala in waiting. Waiting pala is not a useless activity, it is not a waste of time. Benedict XVI says there is some meaning in waiting. And what is the meaning in waiting? It keeps us alive. It gives us something to look forward to. There is always something that we always look forward to, because if everything is fulfilled, everything is done and over with, then what will keep you up in the morning? What will force you out of bed? Nothing. Because there's nothing to look forward to anymore. He who has the right to live forward can bear almost anyhow. This is what Holy Father is saying. If you have a right to live for, why should you wake up in the morning? Because I'm expecting someone. Why should you get out of your bed? Because I'm expecting for a promotion to happen. Why are you living? Because you are hoping. Take away hope, take away the waiting, and you end up dead. What keeps you alive is the incompleteness of your life. Precisely. That's the meaning of Advent. What keeps us alive is not everything is incomplete. Nothing is filled up yet. Kahit nanalo ka na ng 740 million sa loto, you are not filled to the brim yet. Hindi pa. Nothing will ever satiate your longing and your incompletion. That's why we wait for the Messiah to come. For the Messiah to fulfill His promise. As long as man waits, he is alive. So brothers and sisters, Benedict is asking you today, every one of us therefore, especially in the season which we prepare for Christmas, can ask himself or herself, what am I waiting for? And for what in this moment of my life does my heart long? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for something or someone or anything to happen in your life? That is good. Welcome the wait. Welcome the waiting. Because that makes you alive. If you are not expecting for anything anymore, then you're dead. You don't live anymore. So if there is incompletion in your life now, be happy about it. Lord, thank you. You are not giving me yet what I have asked for. Have you ever prayed that way? Ever in your life? Lord, thank you. You haven't answered my prayer yet. Have you ever made that prayer before? No. You never do that. Because what? You always want to learn to answer your prayer. Or how about changing your prayer into, Lord, thank you. You haven't given me yet what I have asked for. And I'm happy with that. Thank you for that. And certainly the Lord will relish that prayer. And He will say, okay, happy ka na ba? But nevertheless, it's a good prayer. No? It's a good prayer when you tell the Lord, Lord, thank you. Thank you. My life is not complete yet. At least I still have a mission to complete. And I still have something to do for my children, for others around me. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's nothing final yet. Because I'm still waiting for something. So, welcome the waiting. But the question is, what are you waiting for? What is it that you wait for? What are you longing for at this moment? Tinanong ang katabi mo, ano kaya ang hinihintay na? Hinihintay na ba si Mr. Right? Hinihintay na ba yung promotion? Hinihintay na ba yung success? Hinihintay na ba yung loto? Tapos na yung loto na binatalo na. So, what are you waiting for? At maganda rin na you identify for yourself, this is what I'm waiting for. And when we acknowledge that it is incomplete, then we say to the Lord, Lord, this is what I'm waiting for. I thank you for this. At least I'm learning how to wait. Remember, in the journey, it is also nice to look around. Look around you. There are so many incomplete people around you. Look at us. We are yet incomplete. Me, for example. You think that I have everything that I wish for in life? No. Not at all. We all have something to look forward to and to long for. And it's good. Basically good. And this same question can be posed at the level of the family or the community. And Benedict says, we can also ask the question, what are we waiting for together? What are we waiting for together? What unifies our aspirations and what do they have in common? What is our common dream as a community, as a family? What is it that we are waiting for? Are we waiting for justice? Are we waiting for something very important and significant to happen in our life? What is it that you're waiting for as a community, as a family? Are you waiting for the release of your loved one for prison? Are you waiting for the loan that you have? Tagal-tagal mo na yung loan mo, wala pa rin. Are you waiting for the GSIS retirement pay? Tagal-tagal na, pero wala pa rin. What are you waiting for? What are you longing for? But there is another dimension to waiting. It's not just waiting what. It's not just about you wait for what. and you wait for whom? It's pretty obvious in the season of Advent. What are we waiting for? And who are we waiting for? We're waiting for the Lord. But the question of the Lord and the question of Benedict is, wait, how? Because in quality time, there's also what we call quality wait. How do you wait? How do you wait? You don't just wait and expect something future, something to happen, but you also wait how. While you are there, while we are here, how do we wait? So the how, not the who or the what, the how. How do we wait? Not in terms of empty waiting or passive, boring, unbearable waiting. A lot of times, waiting can be passive and can be boring and can be unbearable, intolerable. But this waiting is filled with meaning, with joy, and with peace. This is a waiting that is worth the wait. While we are waiting, we are filled with something. We are not waiting in vain, and we are not waiting devoid of anything. We are waiting with such joy and peace in our heart. How do you do that? Waiting is not just looking forward. It is not just something future-oriented. Waiting, in fact, is relishing what you have in the present. It is not just looking forward, but the second dimension of waiting is you open the precious gift of the present. Because in opening the precious gift of the present, what you look forward to is in fact already there. Brothers and sisters, to be truthful and honest, every Advent is in fact a Christmas in disguise. Every Advent is in reality a Christmas present. If you just open the giftedness of the present, you will realize that what you have waited for and who you are waiting for has actually come. He has already arrived. We look forward to the second coming of Jesus, yes, but more than anything else, we also know that He has come among us. Every Christmas is just a commemoration of the first Christmas. And yes, we look forward to the second coming of the Lord. But Advent, for all intents and purposes, is this. We know that He has come among us. We are not fooling ourselves that Jesus did not come yet. He has come 2,000 years ago. And what do we do in Advent? We are just trying to open the presence of the Lord among us. He is with us. He has come among us. Perhaps it is something new to you and you perhaps cannot get this yet. But let me explain further. The significance of waiting does not depend on some future event. We always think that waiting is connected to some future event to happen. I wait for him, I wait for her, and when he comes, then my waiting is over. It's always something future-oriented. No. Waiting, in fact, the significance of waiting is in knowing that there is someone you can depend on at every moment of your life. In other words, it's not waiting for, but it is waiting with. It is not waiting for someone or something. It is waiting with someone or something. Something with you. Something within you. While you are waiting, what is it that is in you? What is it that is before you? That makes the waiting worth it. When we are waiting, we are also busy with opening the gifts of the present. And that makes Advent a Christmas in disguise. If Jesus is present, and this is, I think, the key statement here, the operative statement here, if Jesus is present in your life, there is no longer any time that lacks meaning or is empty. Jesus is always with you. Then there is no time at all in your life that lacks meaning or empty. You always enjoy the moment of waiting because while you are waiting, you know Jesus is with you. And you don't get bored being with Jesus. It's like being in an airport stranded for 10 hours and you are with someone you love. And you don't care about the wait because you are enjoying it anyway. Because you are with someone you truly love. Time flies when you are with the people that you love and that you care for. And any amount of waiting, any time of waiting is not an empty waiting because you always enjoy it. In fact, what you are waiting for has already arrived. So don't fool yourself. What we are waiting for has already arrived. And all we need to do is to open His presence in our life today. Our hearts are open to the hope that illuminates complete existence. Benedict says, the dark door of time of the future has been thrown open. The one who has hope lives differently. The one who hopes has been granted the gift of new life. The one who hopes lives differently. And what makes his life or her life different from the ordinary life? That while he waits for the future, he is not afraid of the future because in his heart, he has someone that he can depend on. Why would I be afraid of the door of the future? Even if it is unknown, I will not be afraid of what I'm waiting for because I know I have someone with me who will strengthen me. Why am I afraid of knowing the result of my lab tests? Why would I be afraid of knowing the result of my biopsy? Why would I be afraid of knowing the result of the exam? Why would I be afraid of knowing the result of my application? Why should I be afraid of it? The Benedict 16 says, a person with hope will not be afraid of the future because he is what? He is strengthened in the present and he knows that as he lives the present, he has always someone to depend on. And when he faces the challenges of the future, he has someone beside him. Advent is a Christmas in disguise. What we are waiting for, in fact, is already with us, and we just need to watch, open our eyes. We are seekers. We seek God. But when we finally arrive at the mountaintop, we realize God is not there. Because where is God? God is right there in your ordinary experience. God is in your today. God is in your present moment. And we need to unfold and to open the gift of His presence. Tapos na po? Tapos na po yung introduction. Tapos pa po yung introduction. Ano oras na po? Sister. So I said this is not going to take long. Perhaps you don't understand it yet fully. How come waiting is not really future-oriented, and why is it present-oriented? See, what's the real meaning of waiting now? If it's not future-oriented, then what's the use of waiting? When in fact you can relish the present, when you can enjoy the present. Exactly that's the point. What you are waiting for, you become familiar with it while you are in the present. Familiarization in the present will take away the fear of the future. Simulation. This is what simulation is all about. If you have to be a pilot, you don't go in the airplane and drive the airplane. What do you do while you are yet training yourself to be a pilot? You are in a simulation room where you simulate all the factors that will be in the real time airplane. You simulate that in a temporary environment, and you feel that so that you become familiar with it as you go along. And when you go to the real thing, then you are no longer stranger to it. Advent, in fact, is a familiarization with one who is to come, so that when He arrives, we get to recognize Him, and we will not allow Him to pass us by. We become aware of Him. So Advent, therefore, is a moment for us to familiarize ourselves with the movements of God, to be aware that He is with us, to become familiar with how He deals with us, so that when He finally arrives, either in the second coming or in the daily coming of the Lord, then we know His ways. We are no longer a stranger to Him. What we are waiting for has already happened. Whom we are waiting for has already arrived. What do we do now? Familiarization. Open the gate of the present. Familiarize yourself with how God deals with you today, and you will soon recognize that every Advent, or every day for that matter, is Christmas. It is every time filled with God's presence and God's love. How is waiting both future-oriented and present-oriented? Let me tell you a story. A story that is true. that happened to me recently that I wish to share with you. This is the only woman that I have truly loved, ever truly loved in my life. She's the only woman that I have ever and truly loved in my life. She's my mother, of course. She looks happy and looking down. I chose this image because this is how I picture her today. She died last June 30. And this is her story that I wish to share with you. And this for me is the meaning of Advent personally. What I discussed to you was Advent according to Benedict. Conceptual, theoretical. Advent is something futuristic and something present-oriented. Let me tell you how and why it also needs to be the same way, but in the context of my experience. This woman is the only woman that I have loved, and when she died, I felt that everything was lost. Everything that I have aspired for, everything that I am doing, everything that I do in my life, everything I offer to her. If you call me Mama's boy, well, call me that, yes, and I will not be offended, because I centered my life on my mother. My life is centered on my mother, and she's the only person that I offer everything with of course, due respect to my father. I also love my father, but I love my mother more. And I think my father accepted that fact. I love my mother more, and everything that I have been doing in my life, I have been offering it to her. And when she left, and when she passed away, everything just went down. Have you ever experienced in your life that everything becomes meaningless and useless? I do this. What is this for? I say to us, what is this for? I visit home, I go home. What is that for? There's nothing there that you can look forward to. When my mother died last June 30, my world stopped. And I felt that that's it, nothing more. And therefore, I began to regress. Regress from everything that I was doing. Regress in the sense, not just physical, but also emotional and spiritual. Everything about me was affected. I was, to say the least, devastated by it. To be devastated by an event that you don't expect, because my mother was, we brought my mother to the hospital June 8, 2010. And she was diagnosed with cancer June 11, 2010. Almost 3 days after. By June 30, she's gone. And I could not, for the life of me, accept that. I could not accept that because I'm a priest. I'm supposed to be a man of God. And I'm supposed to be what? I'm supposed to be a man of faith. So when we learned that she got cancer, she had terminal cancer, the doctor told me, I was the one chosen to receive the news. The doctor did not call my father, the doctor did not call the eldest, the doctor did not call anyone in the family, he called me. And when I asked the doctor, why are you calling me, not my father? Because he said, Father, you know this better than me. How can I know it better than you? Because you are the doctor. But he said, because your mother has terminal cancer. And we need to explain this to your family. How to explain this? Bahala na po kayo. I had to take it with so much courage and I tried to understand what he was saying, but I could not understand it fully. In fact, I said to myself, you are just a doctor. Who are you to tell me that my mother is dying? That he was telling me, Father, palliative na lang po tayo. Palliative means you just bring her home, no more chemotherapy, no more nothing more, just bring her home, make it very, very pleasant for her. What do you mean by that, doctor? Why are you telling me that my mother is dying and we cannot do anything about it anymore, and you are telling me make it as pleasant as possible? Who are you to say that? Are you God? Of course, I was not telling that to him. I was the person that was are you God? Who are you to say that? So I said to the Lord, I went to the chapel right away and I confronted God. I never confronted God any time in my life except that time, June June 11. I said to the Lord, this one, once and for all, we have to be honest with each other. I've been serving all this time, I've been serving 11 years and I have been very faithful to you. Yes, I have my own shortcomings, but so on and so forth. So I was surrounding and ranting with the Lord and say, okay, perform a level for my mother. This is the only time that I have asked you for anything. So please do this for my mother. And yet, in spite of all the things that I have done, I said to the Lord, you are more powerful than this cancer. You are a God who heals, so perform a miracle for her. I expect nothing else from you. So I brought Father Suarez to my mother's bedroom, and I told my mother, Mama, Father Suarez is here, he will heal you. And then atin na lang po, do not tell this to anybody at all. I asked the parish priest of Quiapo to bring the image of the Nazarene to my mother. The black Nazarene is not to be taken out except in procession. But I pleaded to the parish priest of Quiapo, just don't tell this to anyone. I was telling the parish priest of Quiapo, please, just this time, just bring something for my mother so that we can do it. So the black Nazarene came away from Quiapo and we brought her to the hospital. And I said to Mama, you are holding the black Nazarene. You will get well. You will get well. We were all expecting that a miracle was about to happen because my mother's fine. And there was a miracle because my mother got very strong. And we went home and we thought she's getting well. After 3 weeks, she died. And so there I lost my faith. Slowly I was regressing. And said to the Lord, what have you done? What have you done? I thought you were a great God. I thought you were a healer. What did you do? And what did you not do? From that time on, meaningless. Everything was meaningless. Everything was empty. Everything was void. Only much later on did I realize that I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Why? I got a chance to, text with Father Suarez again. He told me that, Father, there are 2 types of healing. To heal can mean the person get well again. The second type of healing is the person does not suffer unnecessarily. And your mother got the second type of healing. She did not suffer much. Gastric cancer is something very painful. Naging pamilya ako dyan sa mga dulbulaks na yan, sa mga tramadol na yan, lahat ng mga painkiller na yan. And my mother did not suffer much. And that was the gift given to her. And I said to myself, I came back to my senses and said, oh my goodness, I have been doubting the Lord all this time. It was true. He healed my mother, but in another sense, He gave her peace. He gave her peace and love. And so I said to myself, no more doubt, the Lord cares. The Lord is always with us and present with us. Brothers and sisters, every day I think of my mother. Before Mass, I always think of my mother. Before sleeping at night, I'm always crying for my mother. As I wake up in the morning, I always pray for my mother. In fact, in my dreams, my mother is always there. And nakakainis sa nanay ko, pagka nananaginip ako, ang laging itsura niya sa akin, lagi siyang namangigit, nakagagan sa akin. Ano sinasabi sa akin? Nandiyo na ito, anak ko sa akin ko. But I'm happy for you if you are there. If you're happy there, looking down on me. If you're happy looking down on me, I'm happy looking up at you. But she's with me all the time. Then I understood what waiting for and waiting with means. Then I understand what Advent is all about. That it can be future-oriented and it can also be present. My mother is with me all the time. I do cry a lot of times. And I feel her. But without regrets. Why? Because as she is present in me and with me, as she inspires me to do things for her again and again, she also assures me that we shall see each other again in eternity. In the end, we will expect it to come and to happen. Maybe not just yet, but we are looking forward to it. That grand reunion in eternity. But as yet, while we are here, we just are happy about knowing that she's with us. And she has never left me. And that's why the Lord can say, expect for me, but do not just look for me there. I am there also with you. And that is Advent. You wait for, but you wait with. You wait for salvation, but you wait with joy. You wait for eternity, but you wait with peace. You wait for someone to arrive as the Son of Man to judge the world, but you wait with a compassionate God who journeys with you at every moment of your life. You're waiting for something, but know that your wait is not empty. Your wait is not useless. Because as you wait, you are filled with His love, with His embrace, with His support, with His inspiration, with His presence. My mama, she's up there now. I look forward to our meeting again. Till we meet again. But as I am here right now, let me do it the best way I can. Let me relish life as I am here. As you inspire me to do what I need to do as a priest, then let it be so. You are there. But let me love you now as I am here. And the best way I can love you as you are there is to do the best that I can as I am here. That is Advent. Advent is relishing what you have now, but without forgetting that there is someone that waits for you in the end. You wait for Him, but He's with you. And that's the beauty of it all. The beauty of Advent is that you can be the most happy person today because what you are waiting for has already come. Do not despair. Do not be hopeless. He's with you. He has never left you in the first place. Advent is just Christmas waiting to be discovered. As we wait, we discover the Lord. Let me leave you with this saying from Leviticus. He says, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Let that hope perch in your soul and in your heart. Let that tune of hope sing its tune without words in your heart. And don't allow it to stop. Don't allow it to stop. Let it sing. Let it sing. Because in the end, as it sings for you, the lullaby of hope and courage and strength, then you can overcome the darkness of the present. And you shall overcome everything that you are facing now and that you are going through right now. Have hope in your heart. Wait. Watch and wait. Wait and watch. The Lord shall manifest His love and His power in your life. To tell you honestly, I miss my mother terribly, but things do get better. If you have hope in your heart, you live a different life. Take away your hope, you have no more to wait for. Things do get better, so better have hope in your heart and wait for the Lord, because surely He comes and He is with you, now and forever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you, Lord. In the name of the Father,